as of recently, I rewatched the first Ultraman series and I watched Ultraman Rising. You know, I'm not the biggest Ultraman fan, but Jake and Taylor talked about this place called Kaiju Sakaba. Now, for those who don't know, Kaiju Sakaba is an Ultraman themed bar. So we went to the one off of, I believe it's Nimbashi Station. I know there's another one and I can't remember where the other one is. It was like this cave dungeon and they had all of like stained glass and paintings of all the Ultraman monsters, and it was super cool. To enter, we actually had to put our hand in like Jamila's mouth to make sure that we weren't a part of the SSSP. Just little things like that where you feel the immersion of it and everything. It was a really cool bar. And I'm gonna be real, throughout our whole trip, this was like the best food that we had. There were a couple dishes where I think that they kind of skimped for what you paid for. Obviously, this is coming from a fat American. At the first location, another thing, the beer. Oh my God, the beer is incredible. The beer is the best beer I've ever had. And maybe it's because I was sipping from an Ultraman mug. God, it was so good. And I actually made sure to buy the mug. Again, just this is things like this are like, it's not a figure, but this thing is cool. And I've used it maybe once. But again, this will always just hold the spot of like, yeah, I got this at an Ultraman themed bar. And little things like this, just, this speaks more to me than how many figures you have. But I remember I got the Ultraman Belial chicken. The chicken that I got was really good. It was cooked to perfection and it had a very distinct, like, sweet and spicy flavor. But it was such a cool bar. And if you have the chance to do it, you absolutely should do it. Even from a non-Ultraman fan. I'll even go as far to say, like, yeah, I like the original Ultraman series, but I'm not as big into it as other people. It was such a cool experience. They had like a bunch of other events, and I know that some days they have like the monsters come out and everything. Unfortunately, we didn't have that part, but I had a blast going to both locations. I can't remember what I got at the second location.
It's me, Daikaiju Legends, famous YouTuber Jake DeNunzio. I'm in this video. Kaiju Sakaba was a place we really wanted to go the first time Taylor and I went to Japan. It's one of the first places we encountered that's not really like English friendly, I guess. Like it's a little hard to communicate with everyone there. We were kind of standing around. I was standing at the host booth for like 10 minutes waiting for someone to come. Well, anyway, we finally sat down. I mean, the atmosphere is gorgeous. It's so packed with detail. There's so many cool references and stuff. The thing too is that all the food and the drinks were like actually really good. Definitely like a little pricier than most of the food you get over there, but like still way cheap by American standards. So the first location, I got the beer. I got the Kaiju beer. It was great, creamy, smooth, best beer I've ever had in my life. Not even joking. Oh, I got the Silver Bloom. It was like a Silver Bloom egg and potato salad with bacon or something. Like it literally made the shape of Silver Bloom with like eggs and stuff. I think that was the lesser dish that I had there. It was still good, but the presentation was what drove it through the roof in terms of how incredible it was. And there I also had the Giga Battlenizer churro. There was like 2 churros on a skewer that looked like the Giga Battlenizer. It was pretty good. It was a just good churro. And then the second location I got, it was like a twin-tail jumbo shrimp or something. That was really cool. Again, just it looked amazing. This was actually like, it tasted really good too. And then I got the Bemstar Mochi. I really liked that. I think the one thing that I was slightly disappointed by is portion size. You don't really get like a ton of food with the dish. You're definitely paying for like the presentation factor. And they look amazing. Like they're so well put together. But you don't necessarily get, granted, I'm a 5'11" American man, so I need bigger portions than most Japanese people probably do. So that, and each location was different in what they had. It was totally different menus, different dishes and stuff. We were getting stuff like they had the Darkness Heals menu event going on. So like Jacob's Belial Claw Grip Chicken and my Giga Battlenizer churro. And maybe something else I tried. I don't remember if I tried something else. Yeah, your pizza. We're all from the Darkness Heals menu, the special menu.
Hi, Jacob. It's your good pal, Taylor. I would say the experience we had at the first location we went to, which was the second location to open, the first time we actually went by it, it wasn't even open. It was actually closed. We were going by the train station. We just happened to see it. The first dish I got at the first location we went to was like, I kid you not, 2 chicken strips. It was, I think, alien pandan.
It's not an alien, idiot.
The monster pandan. And I don't know, it was kind of lacking. It had like this weird little tinfoil bit at the end. I would say I must have just gotten the dud of all the food because the presentation for all the dishes that we had was pretty interesting and fun. The pandan one though, it literally was just 2 chicken strips with tinfoil at the end. In my opinion, not worth it. If there was anything to change about that specific dish, throw in some fries! At the second location, which was the first location to open, I got alien bat Mexican pizza, I think? I don't know. It was a little Mexican pizza, kind of shaped like a bat. The interesting thing about this dish is that it had runny egg yolk. I'm usually not a fan of runny egg yolk. I really liked this dish though. Overall, that dish, presentation and taste, stellar. Loved it. I will say the experience of the second location, it was neat because it was underground and we even went past like a little ramen shop. A lot more things to just walk around and explore. There's, I think one thing that he forgot to mention with the 2 aliens at the table drinking was that they even had an audio track where they're talking and they're having some type of conversation. That was super neat. They even had like this little, I think, kind of private party room where it was the type of seating where you just kind of like kneel or sit on the ground. That was pretty neat to see. I think the experience of walking around and exploring at the second location we went to was really neat. However, I think this, again, is probably bias of just us going to the first location. I remember that one the most. I think it was well lit. I think the second location, maybe it plays into the theming, but it's like a little less lit. It's a little more secluded, whereas the first location was very open. At the second location, there was more booth-like seating, so you're all kind of secluded to your party. That's definitely a preference type deal. I will also talk a little bit about the beer. I really liked the mugs that we got. I think all 3 of us went to the gift shop. Jake's gonna get his Jamila mug. I and Jacob have an Ultraman mug.
Beer mug.
Beer mug. Jamila. It's a really decent size. If you have like a can of beer, this will fill the mug. So it was really nice to actually have draft beer from that location. It was like 500 yen per glass that you had. It was really decent.
Thank you guys for watching. I love talking about this stuff, and I'm not the biggest fan, I'll be honest with you. Even if you go to Japan with people who don't know anything about this stuff, they're gonna have a good time. And I definitely think that if you go to Japan, like, this is like a required thing to do. It was so neat.
That was my Kaiju Sakaba experience. Had a great time. If I could go again, I would. I would not bring Jacob though. He was a real disruption. I'm calling him out right now. Like, I'm being serious, dude. Jacob, when you're watching this, you were being such a piece of shit in the bar. You embarrassed me. Okay, you embarrassed me. You are such a piece of shit for doing that. You know how much it costs to go to Tokyo? God, you idiot. I can't stand this guy. You get in there.